Doing the programming part of paper summer 17. We have the HTML web page. When you open, then you will see that you have 6 text boxes, 1 submit button. What you need to remember about the form validation is that every form needs to submit some kind of information, and before submitting it should check that every text box have the required proper validated text or not. So according to your paper, you need to check 3 fields: forename, surname, telephone, and you need to check the values in the party field. Error message should appear. Now how it should appear, it's up to you. First you should know that every script you should enter the script, write the script at the end of the body. So before the body tag ends, we will be writing the script. In the script we will define the function, validate, check, or whatever you need to. So this is the syntax of the function, the name of the function, round brackets. Inside these brackets you can give in the arguments, not needed here, and here in the braces you will write the statements. Now you need to access each and every element, and when the form is submitted or when the button is clicked, then this function should be called. Let's go to the button. You can see it is a submit type button and the value is submit. This value is the name of the whatever is displayed over here. The type is meaning what is the button doing. The button is submitting the information that it gets from the text boxes to another web page, where it is defined in the form tag. Right here nothing is defined, so it's okay for you. But what you need to do, you need to define the name of the form, because we need to access the form. This name can be anything, but it should be appropriate. Then method should be post, or let's leave it like for now, and on submit is an event, meaning when the form is submitted, then what should happen. Here you will see, here we have a method, our method here, check. Now you need to write it properly, and the most important thing is return check. Return, I will explain what the return is for. So now coming back to your function, you will need to access, for example, let's just focus on the first text box. We need to access the text box. How? Using the document object model. First you will do the variables declarations, or forename. Now there are 3 things here. First, this is the forename, this is a label. You can see here, this is the input name, type, text, name is already defined in your paper, name, forename. So we need to access this forename, and this is our variable declared in the script. So using the document object model, forename equal to mean we'll be saving our value that we get from the text box in forename variable. Let's make it something different so that you don't get confused. Now document dot, as we give the name to the form, so it should be coming here, hungry dot. So what is the name of our text box is forename. Again it's already coming here, dot value. If you want to, you should make sure that your values are coming correctly. This is how you check. So we're going to, there's nothing here, or you can see now we have the value in our forename. If, okay, let's do one more thing. We can get all the values together. We need to check surname, we need to check telephone, and we need to check the party number. Copy paste. Surname well, and then telephone, and then party. Surname, telephone, and party. So now we have all the values here. Define them one. You need to add the, you should add the comments get values from form text boxes. Now let's delete this. If our surname, forename, well, double equal, this is a comparison. If it is empty, then what should happen? We should display an alert. Enter first name, semicolon. And there is a problem, so that's why it's not working, is empty. Okay, we are not returning anything. Return true, and here return false. Now basically what is happening here, when you return false, it means that here return, when it returns, gets the return false, it will stop the form from submitting any information. If it gets true, then it will successfully submit the information. So if it is the problem here, then it should not return, it should not submit anything. Hopefully it should work now. And there is some kind of a problem. Okay, let's comment all these. Yeah, enter first name. Then let's check with the surname. Yes, this has a spelling problem, so that was our mistake here. If now we are not going to use else if, because we need to check each and every required this text box. Now here is another problem here. I will explain what will be the problem. Enter last name. Surname. Now enter first name. It is not working. The reason it is not working is that when it checks the phone name, it returns false, meaning it stops the function from going further. Let's see this. There's something in phone name now. Now it checks the surname. So what happened? It first checked the phone name, it returned false, and then it stopped working. If it was true, meaning it did not go into the if, it did not do any of this, then it goes to the next if. So what we need to do, we need to stop, we will not return false here, but at the end, if any of the condition was okay, let's do one more thing. We will like it's kind of it's called raising a flag. Like we need to raise a flag that there was a problem. Flag, for example, you can have y. Yes, and here flag equal to y also. So if any time a flag is y, meaning yes, then it should return false. At the end, it will check if flag equal to y, then return false, else return true. You don't even need to write else because it will return true at the end. Now let's see this. Enter first name, enter last name. Enter last name and then return false. When everything is true, then see what happened. It clears itself. Now coming back to the third, the telephone number. The name of this is tell no, and so if where is it going? Check telephone. Again, you need to comment number, raise flag and return false. If enter the telephone number. Then at the last we need to check the party number. Now in the party number we need to check if it is from 1 to 10. The name is number. Coming back to your number, so the number text box and NUM text box in Hungary form in the document. The value of NUM text box in the Hungary form in the document will be saved in the variable party. And now here party number, check if party is less than 1 or party is greater than 10. Alert. Party number should be from 1 to 10. And here it completes our all our. Let's make it 0. Let's make it 11. Let's make it 10. And it has submitted. Now this all concludes your part. Suitable error messages must appear. So again, alert boxes have been added. Programmer comments have been added. I will show you one more thing. If you need to, if your requirement comes that the text should change to red, you can do that by, as you can see, we have this text here. A simple text is here. This is the text for name. I'm going to define it with a span tag. The span tag, it just defines area on your document, on your web page. Now this is our area, a forename. What we are going to do when there is an error, then it should change the color of this text to red. So changing the color to red means that you need to access the style. You need to change the style like a CSS style. So coming back to your, I will be using the span in all of these. Again, make it, these are the labels, not the input. And then close. And the telephone number as well as the party number and party. So this is your now the text. We need to change the color of the text itself. So if the font name is empty, then how will you do it? Again, accessing the tag by ID. We need to define its ID equal to, for example, for the span of the surname ID equal to SUR. I'm using the simple words, and the span ID of telephone should be, for example, TEL, and the span ID of party number can be, again, these are something that you make your own. You can have span 1, ID 1, ID 2, ID 3 like that. Now here what we need to do, document dot get element by ID. I'm not going to define the ID name. Dot style dot, and here the color comes, color equal to red, and then come back here, add the round brackets, add the ID name FORE. You can check FORE. Let's see if it works. And then it returns, gets red. So same will be adding for all. Copy, paste. We'll be just changing the style color. As you can see, once you are done with one of the tag, all of the rest become very easy. You just need to change the ID name, sir, and add them in proper if statements, till, and the last was num. So what will happen now? An alert box will be displayed and the text will turn to red. See? So it is a very good way to identify to the user what is or where it is wrong. This at this point the form has submitted.